Imagine an entire city, hidden beneath the ground, not a bunker, not a tunnel, an actual city with homes, schools, churches, storage rooms, water wells, and secret escape routes, all carved into solid rock for centuries. Thousands of people lived here completely hidden from the outside world. No sunlight, no windows, no one would ever know they were there. This place is called Derinkuyu, the world's largest ancient underground city located in central Turkey. It reaches more than 85 meters below the surface, deep enough to hide nearly 20,000 people along with their animals, food and supplies. But here's the mystery: why would anyone build an entire city underground? Who created it? How did ancient people carve millions of tons of rock without modern machines? And perhaps the biggest question of all, what were they hiding from? To answer that, we have to travel back thousands of years to a land unlike any other, a place where nature itself made the impossible possible. The region known today as Cappadocia. Millions of years ago, powerful volcanic eruptions covered this land with thick layers of volcanic ash. Over time, that ash hardened into a soft rock called tuff. Unlike granite, tuff is soft enough to carve by hand, yet strong enough to support entire buildings. People first carved simple homes, then storage rooms, then churches. But eventually, someone had a far bigger idea. Instead of building above the ground, why not build an entire city below it? And that's exactly what they did. But they weren't building for comfort, they were building for survival. And that's where the real story begins. For centuries, Derinkuyu remained hidden. Generation after generation, people expanded it deeper and deeper. What started as a few underground rooms eventually became a city with 18 different levels. Imagine walking through hundreds of narrow tunnels, turning left, then right, climbing down floor after floor until you are nearly 85 meters underground. It sounds impossible, but everything people needed was already there. Large kitchens, storage rooms, bedrooms, wine cellars, water wells, animal stables, schools, churches, even ventilation shafts. More than 15,000 ventilation openings allowed fresh air to reach the deepest levels without electricity, without modern technology. Ancient engineers created a natural airflow system that still works today. But perhaps the most brilliant invention was security. Every entrance could be sealed within seconds using massive circular stone doors. Some weighed hundreds of kilograms from the outside. Breaking through them was almost impossible, but from the inside, a single person could move them into position. If enemies arrived, the people below would simply close the entrance and disappear. It was one of the safest places in the ancient world. But that raises another question: who were they hiding from? History tells us that this region was invaded again and again. Empires rose, empires fell, armies marched across Anatolia. Whenever danger appeared, families escaped underground, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks, living entirely beneath the surface, waiting for the danger to pass. But as archaeologists continued exploring, they discovered something even more surprising. Derinkuyu wasn't alone, but then archaeologists made a discovery that changed everything. Derinkuyu wasn't the only underground city beneath the landscape of Cappadocia. Dozens of underground cities were found, some small, some enormous, many connected by hidden tunnels. It was an entire underground world. For years, people believed these cities were built by a single civilization, but the truth is far more complicated. Different generations expanded them over hundreds of years, each one adding new rooms, new tunnels, new levels, until the city became a giant maze beneath the earth. Imagine an invading army searching above. They would see empty houses, silent streets, no people, no animals, nothing. They would assume the town had been abandoned, but just below their feet, thousands of people were waiting, safe, hidden, completely invisible. The city was designed to survive long sieges. Food storage rooms were filled with grain, olive oil, dried fruits, and water came from deep underground wells. Some wells were built so enemies above could never poison the water supply. Every detail had a purpose, every tunnel had a reason. This wasn't a place built in panic. It was carefully planned, carefully engineered, and surprisingly comfortable. Families lived here, children played here, religious ceremonies were held here. Life continued even when war raged above the ground. Despite its incredible design, time eventually forgot. Derinkuyu, the entrances were sealed, the city disappeared from history for centuries. No one knew it even existed until one ordinary day in 1963. Everything changed. A local man was renovating his house. While removing a wall, he discovered a small opening. Curious, he stepped inside. Behind that wall was another room, then another and another. Within hours, he realized this wasn't a hidden basement, it was an entire underground city, a city that had remained hidden for centuries. News spread quickly. Archaeologists arrived. What they discovered left the world speechless. More than 600 entrances, miles of tunnels, living quarters, churches, schools, storage rooms, wine cellars, animal stables. Everything had survived beneath the earth. Even today, only a small part of Derinkuyu is open to visitors. Many tunnels remain unexplored. Some are too narrow, others have become unstable. After thousands of years, archaeologists believe there may still be hidden chambers waiting to be discovered, and perhaps even more underground cities still buried beneath Cappadocia. That's what makes Derinkuyu so extraordinary. Even after thousands of years, it continues to surprise us. But perhaps the greatest mystery is not how deep it is or how large it is. The greatest mystery is how ancient people built something so advanced, without electricity, without heavy machinery, without modern technology. Every tunnel was carved by hand, every room created with simple tools. Generation after generation, one family continuing the work of another. The result wasn't just a shelter, it was an engineering masterpiece designed to protect life, to survive war, and to stand the test of time. Today, engineers, architects, and historians still study incredible design because many of its ideas, natural ventilation, strong structural support, efficient space planning, are still admired. Even today, Derinkuyu proves something remarkable. Great engineering doesn't always reach toward the sky. Sometimes the greatest achievements are hidden deep beneath our feet. More than 1,000 years later, this underground city still stands, still inspires, and still reminds us that human imagination has almost no limits. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to RailForge, because every week we explore the world's greatest engineering marvels, one incredible story at a time. Until next time, stay curious.